Okay, now I'm going to show you how to make this drawing. So up to this point, you've made this exploded assembly, and now we need to make the drawing. So we're going to go to New. We're going to go to ANSI millimeter.idw. Double click that. Now we need to change the sheet size. So we'll right click on sheet 1, go to Edit Sheet, change the sheet size to B. That's 11 by 17 paper. We'll say OK. Notice the title block looks like it got bigger. Actually what happened is the sheet just got smaller. Okay, so next thing to do is to add a view of the explosion. So we're going to click on base, and then what I'm going to do is click on this down arrow here and go to custom view, and I am going to find a view that I like. I think maybe it's this one. Okay, I like that one. I think it shows, you can obviously choose whatever you want. And I'm going to click OK, and I'm going to move it over to the side. That's just for me where I like it. Those cups somehow are not visible, so I'm going to make those visible. So I'm going to click on these plus signs and find those cups, control click on them, right click on them, and check visibility. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is annotate that exploded view with balloons to show what item number they are. So I'm going to go to annotate balloon, and then when I'm going to click on an edge, and then it's going to ask me where can I find the bill of materials, and you can it normally will guess correctly, so just the assembly file is fine. So you'll say OK, and then we'll start adding these balloons. What you want to do is left click and then right click continue. So we'll do that again. So we'll left click, and you can snap them to be vertical. Left click, right click continue. Left click, right click continue. Left click, and you can add a little elbow by left clicking once again. Left click, right click continue, and so on. I'm making sure that these leader lines are not vertical or horizontal. That's just kind of something you try to avoid. Get this part. You want to also try to avoid these leader lines crossing the model edges, but in that case we couldn't really avoid it. Okay, so there we have them labeled. Okay, next thing, I don't really like how that's that close, but whatever. Next thing we'll do is add the, maybe we'll add the parts list. So click on parts list, and then we have to tell it what view that we're going to reference. So you can click on that one, then click OK, and then you can add your parts list here. Notice that the item numbers are going to correspond to the numbers in these balloons because we told it what bill of materials we want. It automatically tells you the quantities. You want to double click on this one, and you want to indicate which parts are 3D printed and which ones are purchased. So you can use copy and paste to make that a little quicker. Okay, so now we have that. What I like to do is I like to make put also a view in of just the 3D assembly all put together, because I think it's nice to see what it looks like put together. So I don't know, whatever view you like. I'm going to make this one 1 to 2 because I feel like there's room for that over here. When I do that though, I need to change. So I need to show that it's a different. Actually, I don't like this view. I'm going to change it in a minute. But before I do, I'm going to put the scale as 1 to 2. And then I'm actually going to double click on this one, and I'm going to see if I can. I like a little isometric better. Okay. So now at this point we can add some. You could add some text here. You could put, say, you could put assembly instructions. You know, you could write those. You could write operating instructions or maintenance and care. So you can fill that in with what you think is going to be easiest for the customer. Now let's go ahead and fill in the title block. So I need to hit escape. You're going to find this thing called field text. Right click on it and go to edit. And then what we want to click this button, but we have to click somewhere down here first. We're going to go to summary, and then maybe we're going to call it hydroponics assembly drawing. And then for the subject, I'm going to say adapted for Nutrier from, and then the website was Archipelago Farm. So this was actually where we sort of copied this design from. Hopefully that kind of loads. So I'm going to copy that because it's good to give credit. Shoot, that didn't show up. Let me find out. Maybe I think it's actually the company. So that normally might be where you would put your company logo. But I think that's looking pretty good. So now you can save it. Hopefully you've saved it earlier. And then we will also, you can also export it to PDF. And that's it.